Hey everyone, good afternoon. It's Glenn, and this is Glenn's Garage. Hey, we're back on the Volvo S60, the 2006, as I have a couple of problems. Many of you may have experienced this. There are a few videos out addressing the problem, but this is pretty much the most current one coming for me. So what we need to do is, I've had a problem with the driver's side door. The first problem was with the outside part of the latch, basically the door handle, and then which I thought was broken because it worked one day, and this was a while ago, and then I came out, I parked at work, came back out, and lo and behold, then it I thought it was broken. So we're gonna look into that. And then the second is on the inside door handle, and this just started recently happening, and I think we've got a fix for that as well. Again, a few other videos out there with regards to this. So I think it covers from like your 2001s through your 2009s and various models, but pretty much on the P2 platform. So what we've got is this. I am having a problem with this handle on the pull will sometimes disconnect. It will pull out and it will disengage on the inside part of the latch. It'll get stuck out like this. Now what I've been able to do when it's been stuck like that, basically apply some pressure, a little bit of bumping, and it snaps back into place. So we're gonna address that. And then we are going to address, let me show the outside part here. The outside part of the door handle, because this has been the real problem. So I happen to have the chrome inserts, and this particular assembly, I haven't been able to find just the chrome door handle. I thought it was broken. This side of the latch comes out. Now, what I've actually been able to figure out is that right in here is the connections, I believe, for a connecting rod that goes down in the door. So we're going to take a look at that as well. But first, we're going to need to get the door card off. And pretty simple process. We're going to start by removing the window cover just to be able to lift off the door card. Then we're going to pop this cover off. And there's 225 Torx bits on that, and then we're going to work on these little pop rivets, and we'll show you that. So let me get my setup here. Tools you're gonna need are as follows, pretty simple. I've got some zip ties to address the problem on the inside door handle. This is my camera holder, 10mm socket and ratchet. I've got my Torx bit sets. These are the long ones. Oh yeah, I also have to replace, this is one of the fog light sockets, and I need to deal with that as well underneath the car, so we'll deal with that as well. And then just a flathead screwdriver. I have, on this particular one, this is my small light 1/4-inch bit, which fits my T6s, and then some sort of pry tool or pick you can use, and that'll be working in using that for the small little door pins. So let's see if we can get set up. Let's get everything pulled out here and moved so we have access to it. All right, we're just going to put everything in the front seat, and then all right, I'll grab everything from here, so we should be good. All right, let's get our camera set up real quick. See what I can get. It's going to be snug and hold our camera. We're going to be looking down at the door. So let's see if we get a little bit of support and a little bit of a holder here. And just manage to, let's see what we've got on our door here. Let's see if I can get a wrap on this. Come on up. just create a platform so that we can see the door card. I don't want the phone to fall here. All right. So looks like we might be in good shape here. A little bit lower of a setup. So we've got twist. Sorry about this, should have set this up earlier, so, all right. So at least have a little bit of a thing. All right, first thing we're gonna start with is the upper mirror cover, and for that, I'm just gonna use a little screwdriver coming from the top, and that's just gonna pry away. All right. And just pops right out, 2 little pins. Check everything, looking good. Okay, we'll discard that. All right, next up is this handle cover. Again, I'm going to, instead of the screwdriver, I'm gonna use a little pick here. Get underneath that. You can also obviously use a door card. Whoop! And that came right out. Let me see. But it exposes these 2 screws. Just looking at mine to see. This actually will usually get snapped in, and you'll need, like, once the top part comes, or the bottom part comes off, run a screwdriver up, and this should snap out the top part. But this being an older car, yeah, like this clip in the middle here is actually busted. So that one's busted, and I've got a broken bottom one here as well. So again, age of the car, age of plastics, what are you gonna do? All right, so now we're gonna go with the T25 Torx. Pull that out. That's what I've got my ratchet for. And we'll get these 2 pieces off. Oops, let's use the door handle. Should work with this one. In it goes. And just hand tight. So not a problem with those. That's one. And put that down here, and here's the second one. All right, that's going to release the door card and handle from the door frame assembly. And that's perfect there. Identical screws, no problem, you don't have to worry about that. All right, next up is our pins. And the door pins come down here. All you need to do from the center of this is just push in with a small little punch, tip of a screwdriver. And we're just gonna push in the center dot. Let's see. Now, I'm actually looking at mine, and I don't actually have the center push pin. Okay, so mine are actually buttons that we're gonna need to pry out. So, carefully get started, and I'm actually going to start down here in the bottom. Going to use my pry tool. This is probably where a nice plastic tool will come in handy. But we're going to get it underneath. All right. I'll switch over to my screwdriver here. far is my tool here? Let's see if I can work this out. Okay. Out. Get these buttons. So we need to pop out. Let's get one of them. And get a look at actual workings of it. This one. Screwdriver too. Get out. Okay, I'm just gently prying with the screwdriver and the tool. Trying to work it out. Not actually having much success. A little bit more pressure. Work my way around here. Careful if you're using a screwdriver. Damage your interior surfaces here. Yeah, just trying to pry around. Not having much success. At this. This is probably where one of the interior removal tools would be helpful, because you could get basically forks around this and pop it straight out. Oops. If we get one of them out, should be able to see. Let's keep trying here. What kind of don't really have another way to add these. And I'm thinking that the pin needs to come out before the door card releases. In other words, it's a pressure fit, so I can't really get the door, I can't get behind the door card and try to get this out. It does seem like I'm getting a little bit of movement with it just by working my way around and using the screwdriver to slowly but surely work this out. But being old plastic. Just don't know how these are set up to withstand getting manipulated. Out. Up, and there it goes, busted it. So, these definitely have well, looks like there's a now that it's broke. Looks like we're just gonna take this. It did seem like it was working its way out with the door card. So these I'm gonna have to replace. It was coming out. But once we get it out, I'll be able to see a little bit more without damaging the interior. Definitely not friendly. So they definitely are not easy to get out of the door. Without breaking. It definitely does look like getting a tool probably an interior trim tool that gets underneath it and is able to pry it out by hanging on, getting onto both sides of the button is definitely the way to go with them. I unfortunately don't have one of those, so I'm gonna try to work with what I've got, and I may wind up just having to buy a new set of them, which either way, they're definitely press fit into the door frame. It's just, I can't get around it with two sides. To get them both out at the same time. Which is really unfortunate. So right now I'm just working on this one, trying to pry it left, pry it right, pry it from the top, pry it from the bottom. Move my screwdriver around. Slowly trying to get it to free up from the pressure fit that is inside, or it's inside the door. Screwdriver on the inside part. I seem to be making some headway with this one. Intact. So I can see what in the world are holding these things in. Without damaging my door card. This one's coming out slowly but surely. Some prying. Just working it. Back and forth. definitely needs a puller of some type. So I'm gonna use some needle nose here. See if I can't get onto the there we go. All right, so now we get a look at it. So now we can get a look. So it looks like there is, bend this back. Looks like it's probably part of the door card. Let me see here. Yep. All right. Okay, so here's, all right, here's the assembly. Now we know. Now we know what we need to do. All right, so if you happen to have an interior and this button does not have a push pin in it to push in and then release the clip will fall right out. Here's how it is set up. It is a press fit button and then a housing that is part of basically the door card, or maybe not part of the door card, but it's a two-piece assembly. There's this little housing that I believe presses in, and then this clip button pushes in, expands this part, and that's what holds everything in. So the first one I damaged the button, came all the way off, but this part is still stuck in there, so we'll pull that out, and then this part obviously is damaged. So definitely going to recommend a interior trim tool that has kind of a split fork finger on it to be able to go outside of that and then pop this button, and then you'll be able to pull this inner assembly out. Okay, so that's what we're looking at now. I'm going to wrap up right now. I'm going to finish working on the rest of the door card, and then we'll get to the fix in part 2. Thanks a ton. Appreciate it.